Now, I don't know about you, but I absolutely love getting things for free. So in today's video, I'm going to break down the 6 best free resources that you can use while doing your property research. Now, I know we probably sound like a broken record by now because we're always talking about education, we're always talking about research and data. So I thought it'd be fitting to do a bit of a video on the types of resources that Ben and I personally use while we're doing research to try and identify markets, to try and identify suburbs and properties to make sure that we get the absolute best result that we possibly can when we're investing in property. So throughout today's video, we're going to go through 6 different resources that you can use that are 100% free and will dramatically increase your understanding of markets, your understanding of timing, your understanding of suburbs, demographics, price points. So very important information today, guys. If you aren't already onto some of these websites, by the end of today, I definitely would recommend jotting a few down, jumping on there and starting to get a better understanding of the key performance indicators or the key indicators you need to be looking out for. Now, the first and most obvious one is realestate.com.au. Now, I know every single person that's listening to this video has been on realestate.com. I know lots of people utilize realestate.com to source properties. It's obviously got the monopoly in Australia when it comes to real estate listings, rentals, sold history, things like that. So it's a really important asset to use to your advantage. Now, it's not just the listings that you have on realestate.com though. There's lots of really cool articles, really cool blog posts that they put up that kind of break down different and interesting things that are happening in the Australian market. Now, you've got to remember to always read these with a grain of salt because a lot of the people that are writing them for realestate.com actually have an agenda. So they may be a little bit biased one way or the other. But that doesn't take away from the fact that some of those articles, some of those posts are absolutely amazing and can help you understand what's occurring in the Australian market at that given time. But most importantly, it is great to use when you are finding listings. You're going to have the most amount of properties in any given suburb on realestate.com. And you've also got a bit of a sold section there as well, which I think is really important while you're getting into the suburbs and you're starting to learn more about them. Sales history is so important. You need to understand how much properties are selling for at any given time in that particular suburb, and you can use that sold history so you can filter through the results to make sure that you're looking at comparable properties to what you're considering purchasing, and then you can look at how much these properties have been selling for in the last month, 6 months, 12 months, so you can get an understanding of where market value lies. So make sure that you're really utilizing realestate.com to your full advantage. Now, the next one, and probably my favorite, is CoreLogic RP data. So these guys are probably Australia's largest property analytics firm. There is a paid subscription where you get lots of information regarding Australian property, regarding specific properties as well, valuation reports, rental valuation reports. You can get lots of great information about the specific property, the dimensions, really important stuff, sales history from that particular property. But they also do a free subscription as well for the everyday investor. So you can actually jump over to their website, CoreLogic RP data, and you can actually subscribe to their email listing. And what they'll do is they'll send you out an email once a week, maybe once a fortnight. They don't completely flood your inbox, and all of their stuff is just high quality posts. Every single month, they do a very detailed month in review of the entire Australian property market and mention some of the key attributes that are occurring in that month or have occurred in the previous month. But they also send you through really interesting articles regarding different things that are happening around Australia from an economic and a property perspective, which can help you understand where we're at in the Australian cycle and actually get a little bit more specific and data-backed information from CoreLogic. So jump over there and subscribe. That is an absolute must. The next one, and also one of my favorites as well, is HTW. Now that stands for Heron Todd White. These guys are a Queensland-based property analytics firm also, but they look at the entire Australian property market. You can subscribe to their email listing for free. Doesn't cost you a cent, and every single month you'll get one email only, and that email will break down the property cycle in Australia. So they look at residential, they look at commercial, they look at a few different options. They do residential and units as well, houses, units, and they indicate which stage of the property cycle certain areas in Australia are actually situated. So you can get a better understanding of what's been happening in these areas on a monthly basis. So, you know, right now, if you were to look at it, you'd find Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, all in the start of the recovery phase of the property cycle, which really excites me. When you're looking at this and identifying the areas that you're thinking of investing in, you kind of want to avoid purchasing when it's at the peak of the market or starting to decline. So anywhere from kind of 11 o'clock all the way down to 6 o'clock is kind of the time of the cycles that you kind of want to make sure that you're avoiding, and make sure that you understand. So if somebody, a colleague or somebody that you know has been telling you, oh, there's this great area that you should be investing in, you can use CoreLogic as a little bit of a basis point to get a better understanding of which stage of the property cycle these areas are situated at any given time. So subscribe to that email as well, absolutely important. Now, to get really specific suburb data, we use Your Investment Property Mag. So they have an actual hard copy magazine that you can buy from the newsagents, or you can just use their online forum, and they have lots of information on there as well. But you can get some of the most specific property data on there. They look at median house prices, they look at median rentals, they look at suburb specific stuff. They actually indicate, how many properties have been sold. They'll indicate what the average vendor discount is. They'll indicate how many days on market that suburb is and how fast houses or units are selling. And you can get really specific data that can help you understand exactly where that particular suburb is situated and how much properties are selling for, how long it's taking them to sell, and how much the real estate agents are giving back to us from the beginning. So while you're doing your suburb research and you're putting in all of that information to make sure that you get into the best suburb, you can use this information to your advantage to make sure that you're purchasing the right properties at the right time for the right price. So that's Your Investment Property Mag. Another one that we use, which is great from more of a demographic perspective, is local stats. So you can jump onto local stats. You can actually type in your postcode and get a little bit more information of the demographics in that suburb. How many owner occupiers versus renters, how many people live in the suburb, what types of occupations they do, the average household income. They'll tell you a bit more about the schools and the types of work that people do. So you can kind of get an understanding of what type of people live there. For us, we really like to focus on high quality areas. So we're looking in areas that have a high percentage of owner occupiers, people that are earning high incomes and have really good jobs, because these are the types of people that are going to pay a higher price for your property. If you're looking in an area and it's low quality, it's low demographics, lower socioeconomics, then, those are the areas that we typically don't like to get involved in, because they also come with their ongoing issues. We want to be in the areas that have really high quality demographics. So go over to local stats and make sure that you're getting a better understanding of the types of people that are living in the suburb that you're thinking of investing in. The last one that I wanted to talk about, the sixth one for today, is On the House. Now, On the House is a great forum as well. They have some amazing articles. They have property specific information as well, so you can get a better understanding and just a different opinion. So it's kind of similar to realestate.com, just not at the same level, but it does give a different opinion. You do get some different blog posts and article posts from a lot of different buyers agents, real estate agents, economists, and you can really learn a little bit more about the property market, because the last thing that you need to do is just jump on realestate.com and start looking at properties. You really need to nail the market. You need to understand which market you want to get in. You want to understand the suburbs within those markets, so you can use these resources in order to get a much better understanding. And it's really important that you understand the suburb that you're thinking of investing in, just as well as the one that you grew up in when you're a child. You know the quiet streets, you know the busy streets, you know the type of people that live there, you know where the schools are, the public transport options. All of this stuff is super important. And it's not one thing or the other that really matters. It's the combination of all of these different key performance indicators that can really help you. So just as a recap, the 6 sites that we like to use: realestate.com.au, CoreLogic RP data, HTW, Your Investment Property Magazine, Local Stats, and On the House. If you're not using all of these, then you're at a disadvantage. So go out there, jump online, and let me know what your thoughts are as you start to filter through a few of these. So thanks so much for watching today, guys. Hope you liked it.